So guys, welcome to the Global Online, your trusted partner for CLAT 2026 preparation. In this lecture, we will be solving previous year questions of general knowledge and current affair exactly the way toppers do it. In this video, we'll be looking at shortcut methods and elimination techniques. Our goal is to help you understand not just the answer but the logic behind them. Our new CLAT 2026 live batch will be starting from 10th of November 2025. Join us to master concept, attempt mock test and prepare like a topper. So without further ado, let's start with the today's questions. So we have a passage: during the First World War, Indian merchants and industrialized wanted protection against a import of a foreign goods and rupee sterling foreign exchange ratio that would discourage imports. To organize business interests, they formed the Indian Industrial and Commercial Congress in 1920 and the Federation of the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries, that is FICCI, in 1927. The industrialized attacked a colonial control over the Indian economy and supported the civil disobedient movement when it was first launched. They gave a financial assistance and refused to buy or sell imported goods after the failure of the Round Table Conference. Business groups were no longer uniformly enthusiastic. They were apprehensive of the spread of militant activities and worried about prolonged disruption of a business, as well as of the growing influence of a socialism among the young member of the Congress. The industrial working class did not participate in civil disobedience movement in a large numbers, except in the Nagpur region, as the industrialists come closer to the Congress workers stayed aloof. But in spite of that, some workers did participate in the civil disobedient movement, selectively adopting some of the ideas of a Gandhian program, like boycott of a foreign good as part of their own movement against low wages and poor working conditions. There were strikes by railway workers in 1930 and dock workers in 1932. In 1930, thousands of workers in Chota Nagpur tin mines wore Gandhi caps and participated in protest rallies and boycott campaigns, but the Congress was reluctant to include workers' demands as part of its program of a struggle. It felt that this would alienate industrialists and divide the anti-imperial forces. Another important feature of the civil disobedient movement was the large-scale participation of women during Gandhiji's Salt March. Thousands of women came out of their homes to listen to him. They participated in protest marches, manufactured salt, and picketed foreign cloth and liquor shops. Many went to jail. So let's see a short summary of this passage. The passage discusses the role of Indian merchants, industrialists, workers, and women during the civil disobedient movement in India's struggle for independence. During World War I, Indian industrialists sought a protection from foreign imports and formed trade organizations to protect their interests. They supported the CDM initially by financially assisting and boycotting foreign goods. Their enthusiasm waned after the failure of the Round Table Conference due to fears of a business disruption and the spread of socialism within the Congress. Industrial workers largely stayed away from the CDM except in some areas like Nagpur. Though some selectively adopted Gandhian ideas in a strike and protest, the Congress avoided fully integrating workers' demands to maintain unity with industrialists. Women played a significant role, participating in marches, salt manufacturing, and picketing, often facing imprisonment. Their large-scale involvement marked a shift in the nationalist movement's inclusiveness. So let's see some questions. Question is, which event in Indian history marked the beginning of civil disobedience movement? Options are given: launch of non-cooperation movement, option B, commencing of a Dandi March, option C, signing of Gandhi-Irwin Pact, and option D, withdrawal of non-cooperation movement. So this passage states the movement was supported after the failure of a round table conference and mentions Dandi March 1930 as a key event historically launching civil disobedience movement. So we can eliminate some options here. Option A, launch of a non-cooperation movement. It is a separate and earlier movement, hence it can be eliminated. Option C can be eliminated, which is Gandhi signing of Gandhi-Irvin Pact, because it is a later agreement. Option D is also can be eliminated, withdrawal of non-cooperation movement. It is ended an earlier movement. So option B, Dandi March, will be the correct answer here because it is widely accepted start of a civil disobedient movement. Hence option B will be the correct answer here. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following is true in context of a civil disobedience movement? Options are given. Option A, the Indian industrialists preferred a partnership with MNCs. The Indian industrialists were concerned of disruption of a business. Option C is given. The working class rejected the civil disobedience movement. And option D is given. The roundtable conference was a partial success. So the relevant portion of this passage will be industrialists concerned about business disruption. Workers did not fully participate. So we can eliminate some options from this question, such as option A, preferred partnership with MNCs. It is not mentioned in this passage. Option C can be eliminated. The working class rejected the civil disobedience movement because some participation was happened, so it is inaccurate. Option D is also can be eliminated. The roundtable conference was a partial success because its failure was noted. Hence, option B will be the correct answer here, which is the Indian industrialists were concerned of disruption of business because it is explicitly stated in this passage. Hence, option B will be the correct answer here. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following was the predicament of a Congress? Options are given. Option A is danger of division of opposition to the British government. Option B is given. Loss of a faith by marginalized sections in a Congress. Option C, failing value of a rupee against sterling. And option D, none of the above. Student, passage states Congress feared alienating industrialists and dividing anti-imperial forces. Hence, we can eliminate some options from this question. Option B can be eliminated, which is loss of a faith by marginalized section in a Congress. It is not mentioned in the passage. Option C, failing value of a rupee against sterling. This is also not mentioned here. Option D can be eliminated because option A will be the correct answer here. It says danger of a division of opposition to the British government. It matches to the passage. Hence, option A will be the correct answer here. Let's see next question. Which of the following statement is correct with reference to civil disobedience movement? Options are given. It encouraged militancy among workers. Option B, breaking of the salt law, manufacturing salt and demonstrating it in front of government salt factories. Option C, it urged the industrialists to accept socialism. Option D, all of the above. So passage mentioned manufacture of a salt, boycott of a foreign goods, but no encouragement of militancy or industrialists urged to accept socialism. So we can eliminate option A here. It says it encouraged militancy among workers. It is not supported by the passage. Option C can be eliminated. It urged the industrialists to accept socialism because passage says industrialists worried about socialism spread. Option D is also can be eliminated because option B says breaking of the salt law, manufacturing salt and demonstrating it in front of government salt factories. This one is fully accurate. Hence, option B will be the correct answer here. Let's move to the next question. Which among the following mass movement was supported by the Indian industrialist? Options are given. Home Rule movement, civil disobedience movement, non-cooperative movement and Quit India movement. This passage states industrialists supported civil disobedient movement. Hence, option B will be the correct answer here. Option A, home rule movement, that was prior and not mentioned. Option C, non-cooperation movement, it is not specified, and quit India movement that occur later of civil disobedience movement. Hence, option B will be the correct answer here. Which of the following can be considered as a major outcome of a civil disobedience movement? Options are given: a partial support of working class, option B, galvanizing women in political sphere, option C, socialistic influence among the Congress cadre, and option D, all of the above. Relevant portion of this passage will be large women's participation mentioned, partial working class support, and socialism concerns present. So the partial support of a working class, it is a true. Galvanizing women politically, it is also true. Socialist influence, this one also be true here. Hence, all of the above, option D will be the correct answer here, because option A, B and C all are correct options. Hence, option D will be the correct here. So guys, in this way, CLAT PYQs can become your strongest weapon in cracking the exam. If you found this video helpful, don't stop here. Keep learning with us at Global Online. Our new CLAT 2026 live batch begins on 10th of November 2025 with complete syllabus coverage, mock test and personalized guidance. You can join this batch by simply contacting on given number, or you can download Global Online app from Play Store to join this course. So like this video, also subscribe to the Global Online, and also share this video with your friends, because success grows when knowledge is shared. So that's all for today's lecture. Keep learning, keep practicing. Thank you.